Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever cheered for Los Angeles to get wiped off the face of the earth? Then we have a treat for you guys because a nuclear blast devastates Los Angeles, throwing the nation into chaos. And Angel Studios' upcoming film, Homestead, coming to theaters December 20th. Amid chaos, ex-Green Beret joins a prepper compound. Love grows, truths arise, and a community unites. Packed with heart-pounding tension, moral dilemmas, and a story that cuts to the core of what it means to survive, Homestead explores the humanity behind the apocalypse. Pre-order your tickets for a chance to win $300,000 in giveaways, which includes 1 Bitcoin, a fully furnished tiny home from Box House, a custom Polaris OHV by Sparks Motors, and everything else you need to start your own homestead. Pre-order your tickets for your chance to win at angel.com/Alex. I can't even say that right. Angel.com/Alex, ALEX. See you in theaters this Christmas. But with that introduction, I want to welcome on the star of that movie. You've seen him in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. You're about to see him in Homestead. We welcome the one, the only, Bailey Chase. Bailey, how are you doing?
I mean, I'm flying after that intro.
Was that good?
Good for you.
We wanted to be professional. You know, Angel Studios is a great studio because we were just talking off camera that you've had a storied acting career. You were on Law & Order SVU.
Yeah, correct.
One of the greatest shows.
That was a great experience.
That had to be Mariska Hargitay. Did she hit on you?
She like mothered me during the whole thing.
Mother.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out life at the time, and she just wrapped me in her arms.
She treated you like a mother because she seems kind of like a man-eater, right? Doesn't she date a lot? She has a kid. Because didn't she not get married till late in life or something?
Well, yeah, she didn't do that to me.
No, she didn't.
Yeah,
wow. That's why you were only on 6 episodes.
Yes, I got to take the high road on that one. She was actually really great. At the time, I was doing another show called Saving Grace, and maybe it's because she wanted Holly Hunter's phone number.
Oh, that makes sense.
At the time, she needed something, but she was really sweet.
Well, you are of Hollywood. Is that fair to say? But how did you get started in acting? Was it modeling? How did you even get on Buffy the Vampire Slayer? Which is, as a kid, that was a great show. I love that show.
Well, like you, Alex, I have a very storied commercial career.
Oh, I didn't even get into my career. I'm about to get into my, no, we're starting your career. And we're going to have to add in the thing that I'm talking about. No, please, tell me about your starts, and then I'll get into my illustrious acting career.
Well, great, you know, played football at Duke, graduated, and my first job out in LA was waiting tables.
Wait, you're telling me that?
Oh, here we go. I see the LSU.
No, I know, but don't even talk about that. You went to one of the greatest universities in American history, Duke University. Probably the acceptance rate is like 0.1% or something like that. And then you probably had to spend a lot of money to go to Duke University. I don't think it was a very inexpensive school. And then you told your parents, with your Duke degree, I'm going to go wait tables for a bunch of freaks in Los Angeles, California.
True.
Wow.
That's 90% true. I did get a football scholarship, but the rest of it.
Oh, so it was a good deal. Okay.
I did. I got a
good deal.
I got a deal on the education, but they weren't too excited when I said, "Yeah, I'm going to go to LA with $1 and a dream." And
they said, "Dylan, become an attorney. Dylan, become a doctor. You went to Duke. You played football."
I know. I got all these investment banker buddies now who like own the studio, and
they're all rich.
Here we are. What's your excuse?
Well, I went to LSU, so I studied in basically alcohol abuse. I have still hung over from college. My producer Jimmy went to Princeton, and he's one of the biggest dotards I know. We can say that. I mean that with all due respect.
I also played football.
He did too.
We'll talk later.
That's how we got in.
It's the CTE.
That's what I'm saying. And now I'm getting jealous because, I did play football my freshman year at the University of South Florida, and our team led the NCAA in players that had kids. I'm not even kidding. I'm not kidding. That's a real stat. We had the most fathers on any NCAA team.
I was going to say flag football, but that's a better joke.
No, that's a real fact. In USF, we actually were pretty good. But long story short, I did the same thing as you, but I want to get back into your career. I went to Hollywood after graduating from LSU, and I went to Central Casting, didn't have really much of a background acting, got a minor in communications. But I immediately, because I was 23 at the time, I got to, my first week, they booked me on this 18 to look younger. I got booked on a show for 5 days, and I'm like, wait, I can just work on a set and eat free food, and I was stealing all the food from the craft services. And that's kind of how I got my start, and I want to get more into my acting career. But so you go to LA after Duke, and you say, I'm going to go wait tables. How did you just are auditioning? How'd you catch on? Come on, don't lie.
The waiting tables part was pretty easy. I mean, it was easy to get that job. It took about a year to get any kind of traction with the acting stuff. And yeah, I was 23 years old. as well, and just started out commercials. I got into class, and I played sports. I was all through college.
So you probably did a lot of roles, the athletic
Yeah,
young
so
guy.
I could still barely play high school. So
See, I played a football player on Spider-Man. That was one of the first gigs I got. It was like a 2-week gig.
competition. I did it on Saved by the Bell.
See, that's what I'm saying. So that was your first gig.
Yes.
Were you an extra football player?
I was a
basically?
lifeguard number 2 on Married with Children, and then Saved by the Bell, and then Baywatch. Very storied early start.
But that's how you have to start. People don't realize it. That's why these actors like Bailey, a guy that now he's, upper echelon. He's been on every single top set. You've worked for all the top studios. And I'm not saying that to kiss your ass. But if you really want it, if you really want to be passionate about something, you have to go and do these terrible gigs or these, gigs that are kind of not demeaning, but you know what I mean. They're less than desirable. And I think that's a problem with our society today is I don't know if people are willing to go do that, to go have a degree from Duke, knowing you can get a job for Morgan, Stanley Morgan or whatever. Yeah. But you say, hey, I'm going to go be lifeguard number 1 and hope that I make friends with an AD or with the casting director and they put me in something. It's insane, but you had to love it, right? So you love acting.
Yeah, I got the bug pretty quickly. It was I like a good challenge, and as a former athlete, have a very competitive, have the discipline. Like I don't need to be motivated to go to the gym. It's just.
Well, I do.
I mean, I know you're the same. Same. We're the same.
No, I know they have to point a gun to me at the gym. I can't. I hate the gym. I don't like gym culture. I look at the women. They
don't look back.
I have to go. I know they don't look back, and then I go to the damn Equinox on Oak Lawn, and I'm in the steam room, and I got guys looking at my butt cheeks the whole damn time. So I like to just try to eat low-calorie food, I guess.
I sauna at home.
You sauna at home?
I sauna at home.
No, I go to the group saunas. I go to the Turkish baths. It's disgusting. And I have ringworm. I have very bad ringworm. Have you ever had ringworm?
No, thank God, and I don't want it.
No, it's bad. I'm on a whole mess of antibiotics right now. I haven't had a solid number 2 in like 3 weeks. I'm on that many.
I can't catch that. It's not airborne, is it?
No, it's not. No, it's definitely. And I'm fully vaccinated. Are you vaccinated? What's your vaccine status?
You really want me to answer that?
Yes.
Well, so I was living in LA at the time, and I was force-fed the same thing as everybody else. My kids are not, but my wife and I are.
No! You weren't on a set?
I couldn't work.
I know.
Couldn't go to Canada.
What did you get the
That was the only place I could work at the time. Everything went north of the border.
You had to get it.
I had to do 2 weeks. Started in a hotel. They moved me to an apartment. Didn't leave this apartment for 2 weeks.
Luckily, you're healthy. You don't have myocarditis. You're in good shape.
Yeah, no,
It's safe and effective for everybody that took it. It's very safe and effective. We want to say we love you, Pfizer and Moderna and Kaiser Permanente. You guys are some great corporations. And what's the deal? You kind of have Luigi Mangione vibes. What's that all about?
I don't know who that is.
The shooter that killed the CEO of United Health. He applied to go to Duke.
No comment.
Yeah,
as did 18 million other people who didn't get it.
Well, he also was into fitness, and he went to the gym. He didn't need a gun to go to the gym, so.
What a crazy story. It's wild. So how's this for a pivot? So with the crazies out there in the world today, and you never know what tomorrow's going to bring, how about being prepared for a movie like Homestead?
That's very correct, and I think that's what the people like. They like apocalypse drama, because that's another thing is I always get a lot of grief for this, but one issue is we want the rapture to happen. It's like the pandemic. We want it's kind of weird. We really do want this to happen because we want to see what happens. And the pandemic was a good, I guess, telescope future looking through the looking glass, whatever the metaphor cliche is.
Yeah.
But now seeing how America handled that, I'm very nervous for the apocalypse.
Yeah, well, it's funny. Right before we started rolling, you mentioned Kevin Sorbo, who's a golf buddy and whatever.
Great, yeah.
And he hired me for a film called Left Behind.
Okay,
It was the first time that I got to work with Neil McDonough, who's the star of
He's
Homestead.
a beast.
He's a beast. He's 100%. Former college athlete as well. He'd fit right in here.
Did he play tennis? What did he play?
He played baseball.
Well, that's a hard sport.
He's going to be upset by that.
I know. That's a joke. I apologize.
He's not going to like
that. I know that's a joke. But he didn't look like a football player.
Fair.
But he's a baseball player. That's a hell of a game. That's a hard one. I played with Clayton Kershaw, was my high school pitcher. And I thought I sucked at baseball because he struck me out so much. So and literally in 8th grade, I quit the baseball
Let's
team.
whip him out. My high school roommate was Chipper Jones.
No,
Let's
what?
double down.
And
What
then
you
my
got?
high school quarterback was Matt Stafford,
Oh,
the
God.
Super Bowl champion of the Los Angeles Rams, and he probably is vaccinated. So you guys have that in common.
Because he lives in LA.
Okay, no, go back to your Kevin Sorbo story. We only have you for a few more minutes.
Yeah, okay, cool. So Sorbo, whatever, Left Behind, you know, you were talking about the apocalypse, you know, everything coming. But that's the first time I got to work with Neil, and in a strange way, you know, God, you never know. He works in mysterious ways.
Yes, he does.
And I've said from go, how did I get Homestead? It was divine intervention. His hands are all over this thing. If you hear all the actors' stories, because I've been on this press tour for a minute, they were just fighting. They just kept finding reasons to be a part of Homestead. And now we've got the feature film dropping on Friday, December 20th. It's going to go nationwide. And then right after that, it goes into a series, which will be on the Angel Studios app and angel.com.
Everybody go to angel.com/Alex. Go get your tickets right now. And we are going to talk about the movie, but before we get too deep into the apocalypse, go into the real apocalypse of hunting vampires. I know you get mad when I say this. So you got a few commercials. And then how did you get on Buffy, dude? That's a big deal.
Well, yeah, I mean, apparently I looked good with a gun and a military uniform and could fly choppers at 23.
And that's what they said. And they casted you, and you were the love interest?
I was the dude next to the love interest.
You were?
There was a thing called the Initiative. So it was the college years. So I was playing college at this point. I was actually more like 25.
And have you had sex scenes in Hollywood, Bailey?
Yeah, but not on that show.
I know, but I'm saying on other shows, have you ever been naked on a set?
Did you ever watch Queen of the South?
Yeah, of course, a great show. They filmed it here. So you're butt naked in Queen of the South?
No, I was wearing something.
But you were
wearing something.
implying that you're a nude.
And Elise,
Angel Studios, did they know about this?
Elise's kind of my type, but we're great friends, and she's awesome. Total pro.
I thought this was gonna fall. You're telling me that you were on set and you were. Are you a married man? What's your? Okay, well then we will. Next question. And she's a great woman, and God bless her soul. We love you.
Yes.
She's a great woman, but you're nude on set. That's awkward because I'm nude on this show all the time.
Well, I wear a thing.
See, I don't. I don't wear the merkin, and they get mad at me, and human resources get mad, but it's my art. Will you tell them that as an artist, it's okay to be nude in a movie? It's not sexual. And we tell my girlfriend because she's always like, well, Alex, why are you writing all these sketches where you're, making out with hot babes? And I'm like, this is art. You know what I mean?
It's true. It's true. I've worked with a lot of method actors in my day, and
I am one
female
myself.
lead in Homestead, Dawn Olivieri. She's one of them. And
She's a method actress?
yeah, y'all should meet.
No, she's.
Yeah, you guys get along great.
So she really gets dialed in like that.
Yep. She's got lots of horses. You guys could.
Oh, she's a horsewoman. Those are crazy. Those are women. And we're not calling her crazy, but if you're a horsewoman, you're crazy. But those method actors, they said Jim Carrey, when he did that for Man on the Moon, he was like a pain in the ass. What other method actors have you been on set with? A lot?
Well, Holly's one for sure. And there's just a bunch of them out there.
So you tell me when she's at craft services, she's still dialed in?
She's pretty intense.
She's intense that whole way.
Yeah.
Even when she's in her trailer, you'll go talk to her in a trailer and she'll still be kind of intense?
Pretty intense. Yeah, yeah.
It is hard.
Am I ruining it for you?
No,
I'm sorry.
no.
I can lie.
Well, people don't realize. The pressure on set. You got to memorize these lines. You got to do these scenes. You got like 5 different things you're doing, and it's actually very stressful on a movie set.
Yeah. No, there's another actor, Chris Messina. I was on Damages, and Rose Byrne, and we would just make fun of him. Her in particular, because she's Australian, and they just say whatever.
They're awesome. We love them.
Yeah, and she was great, but she would just make fun of him for staying up all night, being like, "What a loser! Like, go to bed."
Because he was studying.
Yeah, well, because he was method acting, because his character hadn't slept in days, so he wouldn't sleep for days, and he was a disaster. But he's a great actor. You can't. Daniel Day-Lewis,
was Nick Cage drinking and leaving to Las Vegas? Was he drunk in that movie?
Probably.
You kind of have to be.
Probably. Matt Damon did that.
Was he wasted?
Played the drug addict.
Yeah, and he was actually on drugs a little?
You'd have to ask him, but he didn't eat for a long time.
Gosh, I wish I could get that. I see these Christian Bale, they get so thin.
Not the ringworm thing.
I know. I wish
weight.
I should, but no. That's the other thing. What's the parasite that eats all the food, Jimmy? You can order that from Mexico. They sell a vodka.
Tapeworm.
And you drink it. And it gives you a tapeworm.
Instead of a worm.
Tequila.
Yeah, you get
and it'll eat all my food. And I've been thinking about doing that, but the Blaze insurance won't cover it. I know. So, Glenn Beck, please write that check. I'll do the tapeworm, and I think we can actually get some good content. Now, what do you think about all of the Hollywood producers making young stars go to gay conversion therapy in Hollywood?
Yeah, not a fan. Not a fan. My children will not be actors.
They won't.
No.
What about the casting couch? You've definitely been a victim of that. I can tell that. There's been some woman that probably Come on, be honest right now. Angel Studios doesn't have to know. We can take this part out. But what you've been casted. You've been casted.
Everybody will get to see it except for Angel
Yeah,
Studios.
you've
Fair
been
enough, fair enough.
casted on that couch before.
Yeah, you know, LA is a toxic place. And talk about a positive coming out of a negative again, like, you know, big man having a plan. I left LA 3.5 years ago, wanted to raise my kids somewhere different. My marriage has never been healthier than living in the mountains of North Carolina, surrounded by family, a really strong community. Again, another thing that Homestead's about. It's about building community, your faith, doing the right thing.
Well, and that's what's smart about you is that you didn't grow up in LA. You went after you went to college. You had some world experience, and then you realized I got to get the hell out of there. And I think that's what's happening to a lot of people in LA. Is LA dying? I mean, I know this movie's about an apocalypse there, but is it a different kind of apocalypse? Are they going to have an economic apocalypse? Like, what is really going to make? Because LA used to be the best city in America, and now it's not that anymore. It's not all the reality shows. You could just call something LA real estate, LA this, and it would be a hit show. It doesn't have that cachet any longer.
It kind of doesn't, and it's sad because it was great. You know, I had a great run. I mean, it changed me as a pro, like really good, but it was also gut wrenching to see what happened, and then the whole system failed, and not a big fan of that governor, and yeah, so I left, and I haven't missed it. I haven't looked back. Hopefully, in time, it'll come back. I still got friends and family. Like, you know.
Do you think you could still get invited to a Diddy party?
No.
No. And would you go to? Did you ever get invited to any Diddy
You know,
parties?
he never invited me, thank God. But what does that say about me? Like, he just didn't even want me to come.
And he definitely,
I should have been invited. I could still say no.
He definitely watched Buffy the Vampire.
Oh, he definitely.
Everybody watched that
fan.
show. Yeah, he was a huge Buffy stan.
Yeah. It's funny when you meet people like later on, especially some of the brothers are so cool, like a Terrence Howard and Cuba Gooding Jr. I met them like later on. They're like, yeah, dude, I love your work. And I was like, how, you know me? That's awesome. And you like my work? And he's like, yeah, man, look at them eyes. You got them baby blue eyes.
Who said that?
Like,
Cuba Gooding Jr.?
That was Cuba.
He's got the best Academy Award acceptance speech.
Yes, he does.
The Academy, though, that's all rigged, a bunch of BS. What do you think about the Academy?
Same. I agree, 100%. It's all for sale. It's all for sale. So, yeah, I might as well work for Angel Studios, do stories that I care about, that I can sit down and watch with my family and be proud of what I'm putting out there.
I remember when Exit Through the Gift Shop, I don't know if you saw that documentary, but it's up for Documentary of the Year. It's such a good documentary. You need to watch it. Everybody needs to watch it. But it didn't win the Academy Award, and that's when I realized that this is just so fake. It's just so dumb. And, I almost don't think an Academy Award, it is obviously a very prestigious award. Everybody wants one, but it's all woke, DEI. It's all BS.
You're right.
I know you can't even argue that. Yeah. It just sucks that it's like that.
Yeah, let's go grab a beer. You're right.
Who is your least favorite actor that you worked with? We want the dirt. Come on, just say it because we can clip this.
Can't do it.
Well, come on, somebody you had to have
My least favorite actor.
Who was somebody on set that got fired? Somebody did something, showed up drunk to a set, or somebody did something on one of these sets.
I mean, people.
You've been on Law and Order SVU. You've been on hit shows. You've definitely dealt with.
He was tricky. He's a good actor, Chris Maloney. He's tricky.
A great actor.
He wasn't mad. He didn't do anything to me. So
was he hard on set? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I mean, people have reputations based on.
Is that what his rep is?
Yeah, he's.
Is he a hothead?
Yes.
Christopher Maloney.
Yes,
a hothead.
but he's great to me.
He's not Stabler. He's the other one. He's
Yeah, and then there was a guy on Criminal Minds. I was there for a while. I shot somebody who was really popular. People hated me for.
You shot somebody?
Wow. Yeah.
You shoot me right now. Will you shoot me right in the head? Wow. Just shoot me right in the head. Please.
I mean, I'm a military guy. I'm not supposed to flag. No, I'm not supposed to flag people.
Shoot me in the back of the head, execution.
Are you sure?
Yes, please.
Okay, let me check.
I'm an Al Qaeda terrorist.
Okay, I can do this. Prop, go. Bam!
Oh! Bam! See? That's method acting. I really look dead. All right, guys, everybody. Bailey, how can they support you before you go?
Hey, come check out Homestead. Drops in theaters Friday night, December 20th, nationwide. If you enjoy that, the TV series is going to pick up right where the movie left off. And go to angel.com. You have your own personal link, so use that one with Alex. And now I'm noticing my side's not lit. You got really good light over there.
I know. I don't know. You look fine. Listen, my producer, he went to Princeton.
I've got the background lighting because
you look great. Okay, but now I got to ask you the hard question. I didn't talk about my career. I was on a TGI Fridays commercial that did really well. It got syndicated. I think it ran like 1 million times or something. I made nearly $40,000. It was like the biggest payday I've ever had. But so I'm a very accomplished actor. Now, you might know this. My uncle is a famous actor.
I did not know that.
He was in a Quentin Tarantino movie.
Which one?
Pulp Fiction.
I know that one.
You know the scene where Zed, they're in the pawn shop?
Oh, yes.
You know the Gemp?
Oh, no.
Stephen Hibbert, that's my
That's him?
uncle. Yeah.
How's his gait?
It's fine. I mean, it was just acting. He wasn't method acting. So
Thank God.
he was not. He just wore the Gemp
That is-
one time. And now his career's over. He could never get hired ever again.
Oh, that was the first time I saw Ving Rhames. I mean, that's a perfect movie.
That's the best movie
Yeah,
of all
it's
time.
insane.
Okay, and do you know how to work computers at all? Because I can't.
Not really.
You
I
went
mean,
to Duke.
I got prop guns.
You
And
don't know how to. Here, watch out real quick before we go. This is what I think about damn computers, all right? I'm sick of these computers. Everybody, go watch Homestead. It comes out in December. Thank you so much for being here. What, Jimmy? Oh, my Christmas gift. I even got to open a Christmas gift for my producer, which I don't even want. What is it, Jimmy? Do-it-yourself vasectomy, Jimmy.
There's a real
My
gift
dad tried to
inside.
get me to get it.
Open
That's
it
a
up.
true story. That's a true story.
That's awesome.
What is it? It better be a gift card to Olive Garden. Where is it to? McDonald's, my favorite restaurant. That's where Trump works.
Yeah, you'll see Donald.
I know. I love McDonald's.
And then that T-shirt is arriving like in a few days.
Thank you, Jimmy. I love it. Merry freaking Christmas. Is there any questions you want to ask before we go? To Bailey? You don't want to ask Bailey?
So you went to Bowles High School?
Oh, God. Was
Bulls.
yeah, that's my
What's
rival
Bowles? What
high
is
school.
that?
I went
That
to
sounds like-
Providence, Jacksonville. That's it.
Oh, you're
Hey,
from
Bill.
You're from Jacksonville?
Oh, yeah. What
Jimmy's
are
from
we
Jacksonville.
doing?
Yeah.
You guys both went to Ivy League schools. You all both went into the entertainment business and are freaks? Gosh, what are the chances?
I mean,
He
yeah.
works for me. You worked for Harvey Weinstein, who probably did a lot of
Oh.
Did you ever work for Harvey?
Are we asking Jimmy?
No, you. Did you ever work for Harvey? Oh,
No, thank God. Thank God. But I'm not his type.
That's
so.
how I got this job.
You're not his type. He likes Gwyneth Paltrow. All right, guys, everybody, go see Homestead in theaters this Christmas. Thank you, Mr. Chase. Vinny Chase. Oh, was Entourage based off of you?
I mean, the early years.
Bailey Chase, Vincent Chase, a struggling actor making it big.
Me and Marky Mark, we're like this.
Wu-Tang. All right, guys, everybody go watch Homestead. Go give Bailey a follow. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you, Bailey, for joining us.
Thanks, y'all.
I'm so fly, I'm aligned with the planes. My grind so refined, I got no time for no games.